On to Pakistan now. They're hosting an important visitor, Dmytro Kuleba, the foreign minister of Ukraine. He landed in Islamabad earlier today. He's also held talks with his Pakistani counterpart, that's Bilawal Bhutto Zardari. Today was day one of Kuleba's visit. He will be in Pakistan tomorrow as well. He's scheduled to meet Prime Minister Shehbaz Sharif. The obvious question is this: what is Kuleba doing in Pakistan? Reports say he's trying to buy weapons. Ukraine launched a counter-offensive against Russia last month, and it's not going to plan. Progress has been slow and costly. Plus, the Western arsenal is drying up. Just look at the United States. They're sending cluster bombs to Ukraine. These are banned weapons. Why would the US send them unless they're running out of ammunition? So Ukraine needs more weapons. Luckily, Pakistan has a lot of them. That's the plus side of letting the army rule your country. You have lots of spare weapons. Also, this defense trade is not new. It goes back almost 30 years. Ukraine has supplied weapons worth $1.6 billion to Pakistan so far. Now that Kiev is at war, the trade has changed. Now Pakistan has become the supplier. And Islamabad has not officially confirmed this, but we're talking about million-dollar shipments here. You can't really hide them. There are reports of howitzers, bullets, and even tanks being sold to Ukraine. And how do they reach Ukraine? By taking long and twisted routes. Some of the shipments went to Germany first. From there, they were transferred to Ukraine. Another route involved the UK. They struck a deal with Pakistan in the month of April this year. Islamabad agreed to send 230 containers of defense items. All of these are so-called secret deals. It's flashed all over the papers, but still secret. What did Pakistan get in return for these shipments? Money. Their economy is in dire straits. They need every dollar they can get. Reports say the West is funding this trade. Ukraine got the weapons, but NATO paid the bills. Rumor is this latest visit by Kuleba is about one such deal, a new deal. Pakistan will send another shipment to Ukraine. On paper, Islamabad has denied this. Listen to what Bilawal Bhutto Zardari said.
This opportunity to reiterate that we find it regrettable that certain media outlets have tried to publish unfounded reports alleging military supplies to Ukraine. Since the war began, we have not concluded any agreement for defense supplies to Ukraine, keeping in view our principled, consistent, and non-partisan position.
Such a crisp reply, almost like he was practicing at home. Pakistan has struggled to define their policy on Ukraine. Officially, they're neutral, but unofficially, they are arming Ukraine. Until now, this was not much of a problem. Russia and Pakistan were never close. They've never been close. Islamabad was always part of the Western club. But the war has forced a rethink. And there are two reasons for that. Number one, the US does not seem to care about Pakistan anymore. Islamabad is China's lackey now. Washington has no use with them. And the second reason, Pakistan has been making overtures to Russia. What for? For buying oil. They have struck a deal with Moscow. The first shipment arrived in Karachi last month, and this is discounted Russian oil. If anybody needs it, it is Pakistan. So arming Ukraine is a bit trickier now. If Putin wants to, he can stop the shipments to Pakistan. And with inflation at 38%, that could be disastrous. So what can Islamabad do? Well, one option is to keep the arms trade under wraps. But then again, if the media can dig out these shipments, I'm sure Russia can. So that is pointless. Another option is to stop the arms trade, which means sacrificing a lot of money and possibly Western help. Will Pakistan do that? They've just secured a bail from the International Monetary Fund, the IMF. And the IMF says one bailout will not be enough. Pakistan will need multiple. So I guess there is no easy choice for Pakistan. Bilawal Bhutto Zardari tried to brush these suggestions aside. He reiterated Pakistan's so-called neutrality.
The Ukrainian war has also brought difficulties for developing countries in the global south, particularly in terms of fuel, food, and fertilizer shortages. Pakistan is no exception. We therefore have a vested interest in promoting peace and reconciliation. We hope for a peaceful resolution through dialogue and diplomacy.
It's really a lesson in diplomacy. People keep saying being neutral is easy. You're too scared to pick a side. But for Pakistan, even neutrality is a luxury. The fact is, not every country can refuse to pick a side. You need a cocktail of many things. You need a strong economy, a history of strategic autonomy, and a stable and confident polity. Pakistan has none of them. Hence, they pretend to be neutral, yet they play both sides.